when they come here, they're like, what? You feel so guilty to look after yourself. You feel bad. Like you do not need to feel bad. You're not a bad person to go and take care of yourself. It's opposite what I see. You must.
Welcome back to another episode of Rewiring Health. So honored to have Nuttha Goutier on the podcast today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited to share my story.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. And what I want to start with before we get into your story, because there's something that really resonated with what you speak about, is that you talk about wellness and self-care, the difference between making a to-do list
Yeah.
versus really embodying the experience. Do you mind just
Yes.
sharing that difference between what maybe many people get stuck in of just doing it versus actually experiencing it?
Yes. Is self-care is so important for everyone, all of us. Like that, to go back when I come here is like in the North America, people feel guilty.
Mhm.
They feel bad to look after themselves. It's like to be able to like in an hour to go to care for yourself it seems to be is unbalanced. That's what I see because in a country where I grow up is wellness, self-care is part of life, part of living. You just do without even thinking, not big deal. Like, okay, it's my body, that's my journey, my life, and I care for myself. It's just part of our routine, part of living. It just seems to normal. When they come here, they're like, what? You feel so guilty to look after yourself. You feel bad. Like you do not need to feel bad. You're not a bad person to go and take care of yourself. It's opposite what I see. You must, because we are a body. We need to be balanced. Mind, body, spirit, and we need to reconnect to ourselves, to our body. That we don't feel like we have everything. That's what about I learning here. People have a big house, good career, and good education, and everything. We have everything we can ask for, but you feel empty inside,
Mhm.
and that
Absolutely.
is I for me because of the feeling is off balance. Like we're not balancing uh, energy or harmony inside. That means we missing of the self connection. That's
Mhm.
why we feel empty. The self connection can come different form, right? Same things. Part of them are self care, to care for yourself. That we can feel when someone actually give you a massage, touching. You can actually can reconnect to yourself, and then actually that what our body is. We use so much, like like a car. You keep driving every single day. Go 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 go, get going, push to it, and then you burn out. And then you burn out. What do? You don't do anything with it. You need to take a pause, take a moment, and actually, like an oil change, a car wash, your body need, to go and just let go of your thought and just be one spot for a moment and just self care. It's okay. Okay to take care of yourself. The reason why because you become a better version of themselves
Mhm.
yourself when you become care for yourself. You become more kinder, you become calmer, and then you will speak nicer to the person next to you and your kid, your husband, and then also will help you making a decision, thinking, and that become who you are, right?
Yeah. It's such a paradigm shift. I find that so many get in the grind of trying to change their external environment, thinking that's what will change their internal environment, but it's
Yeah.
it's so backwards. It's the internal environment of feeling
Yes.
good about ourselves that actually changes the external environment. And I'd love to
Yes.
go more into your story. Is that something that you learned, or is this something that just you've always known and have just brought into this new environment that you're in?
I'm the same. Same like everybody else. I grew up, of course, it's slightly different. I grew up in the village with no running water, no power, no electricity. We have nothing, which is like just using clay pot and pan for, cooking, and then we go hunting for food. We plant our own veggie, and it literally we have nothing. We don't even have money in the whole village. We have 200 people in the village, and none of us really have money. But what we have is we have a so rich of the community. even
Mhm.
just small, but everybody is there for you. If you want to build a house, people just show up to build a house for you. If you want to harvest your crop and your farm, people just show up, and people there in the morning. There's this community connected. It just the support. If someone's sick, someone just go to your house and stay with you and just help and coping you. It just without being asked. None of them being asked at all. Like it's everyone sharing. You sharing your hunt, you share your fish, you're sharing everything you have. It just and there's so much laugh, so much fun, but physically it's so hard. We're working in the farm all day. It's just physical. It's so hard, but it doesn't feel very hard. And my dad bring it up one time. It's the hard work is feel heavy when you don't carry with your heart, and that I always
Oh, I
stay
love
with
that.
me. It's like beginning I didn't get it when I was a kid when he said like I don't get it, but now
Yeah.
after I go through life, and actually whatever you do with your heart is feel more lighter. It doesn't feel heavy. Even the hard work, you get through it, and then everything that you will get through it's just a moment. This is moment is difficulty, and
Mhm.
then as long as you know this moment is will pass, and then eventually you will go to the next, and then the end, none of them actually matter. How hard, how like life just go up and down, and we
Yeah.
all have different emotion. We're angry, we're mad. It's okay, and that's what I learned. But I learned from a young age it's okay, but it's not quite get it. Of course, when I go to a teenager, go different thing, you learn, and then I feel doubt, I feel fear, I feel something I didn't even get confident before. But only thing I have is I believe, right? I always have the belief. Okay, I believe that I can do this, I can do that. And then throughout that go through the personal growth and thing like that, like okay, I want to do this but I don't feel confident, and then but I still do it anyway. Even I feel so fear to start my own business, and I'm so scared, and I just do it, just get going and just do it, because I believe this is what people need, and I believe that I bring the value to people's life. I believe what I'm doing is good. That I just believe in yourself. Even no one believe in you, you just believe it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that. There's I don't know, I forget who said it, but there was a quote that I heard that it just so resonated with me, but that the lack of evidence is not the evidence of lack. And
Yeah.
it's so beautiful because when you talk about believing it and not necessarily seeing it in your reality at that time, but knowing that you're on the path that you're meant to be on, what do you feel like anchored you into that to pursue what the path that you went on and create what you've created?
Yeah, I think belief is just the best, that because I believe that will work, and I believe that I bring the value to people life, and I create something good. And the challenging part is the fear that try to stop you before, right? Before I started, the fear and the self-doubt, and I'm not worth it, just that feeling that people go through. I think many of us go through, especially a woman, we just like, I'm not worth it. I should not belong there, just that feeling of that. And then what I did is just all those noise come in, and then we just can't stop them. You can, don't come in, don't come in. You just can't stop it. You just have to let them come in. Like, okay, I fear, I feel it. I scare, I feel it. I don't feel worth it. I feel it. I don't feel belong it. I feel it. You just feel all of them. And
Mhm.
after you feel it, and then you just observe it and ignore it. Okay, I feel all this, but I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm just going, and after that, okay, I let go of those, but I'm still, and those things still around me. I still have that. Even today, I still, feel that sometimes. But I just, if that feeling pop up, okay,
Mhm.
you're popping up here. I got it. Okay, I'm just keep going. I'm just going to continue and do it. What I
Yeah.
do, what I believe. Yeah.
Do you think that from your experience as a kid and having to work hard, do you feel like the identity that you identified yourself with played a huge role in you being able to create that and persevere even with all the voices?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just the end of the day, what I learned is just life is difficult. It doesn't matter what you do. Even you have everything, you still feel difficult. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? It just part of being human being. It's
Mhm.
okay. I think that what I understand, that what I learned from that, it's okay. And then, I think is what we want to do is to find your purpose, your passion, and you want to do something in life. In life is like a journey, like your each chapter is your own book. You own your own director. You're the one that write your book. You're one that making a choice what you want your life to be, and then I always look back like, okay, what I want to do in life. I want to do something that's more meaningful because when I grow up in the village, it just, if you do something actually meaningful, the life is feels so rich, even you have nothing. Right? I just feel
Mhm.
so rich before. It just not because of rich of money and things like that. It's just like
Yeah.
just a feeling of being fulfillment. Right?
Mhm.
It's just that. And then what I learn in North America here that what people been missing. They're just missing that fulfillment.
Yeah.
And then like the people keep searching, but actually the fulfillment come in very simple form. Actually, you don't need to go and reach out to the rock, to the sky. And actually it's very easy. Just it's in you. It's actually you just try to find the little moment of joy. The joy can be something simple that, oh, today I accomplishment of going to, have coffee with my friend, or I'm actually, completion of my chores, and actually just being the moment of that, actually that accomplishment, actually a joyful of the small little thing that you can accomplishment. Don't have to wait until to the big one because you continue to, oh, I have to get, like, oh, in 5 years from now, 10 years, 20 years, okay, I'm going to get that. And then if I get that, I'm going to be happy. But
Yeah.
it's not the way of living life. It's just, eventually, if you celebrate the small one, and it doesn't matter, your feeling of being joyful of success can be equal to the same of the big success or the small success actually can be the same feeling. Don't have
Mhm.
to, you know what I mean? It's just how it's all in you. It's all
Yeah.
inside yourself. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And as you're speaking, this is something I think so many people get stuck in is that they think when I achieve X, Y, and Z, then I'll
Yeah.
feel fulfilled. And then
Yeah.
they end up pursuing that, they achieve that, and they get to that point, and then it's, oh, this is it. Because they haven't been feeling those feelings along the way, thinking that
Yeah.
something outside themselves will actually give it to them. And
Yeah.
that can be really challenging, especially when you keep going. And a lot of times people double down on that, like, oh, that didn't give me the feeling. Let me go to the next goal. And then it
Yeah.
becomes
Yeah.
years of this pattern. And I love
Yeah.
that you share how you can feel that feeling right now in this moment, even when
Yeah.
things aren't necessarily exactly how you want them. And I love for you, I know one thing you talk about is tuning into your senses. Do you mind talking about that a little bit? Like, how do we tune into our senses and what is the power that we can experience by doing that?
To tune into yourself is pretty much just make time to yourself. What I use for me that work for me is just, every morning when I wake up, I do three big deep breath in, and then those three breaths, I will say, okay, I have what I feel, three things that I'm grateful for today. Because I think is that when you're thinking about gratitude is the thing that number one thing that will erase everything. I think
Mhm.
like no matter what you heard, the angry, the mad, the sad, and everything, if you have that gratitude, will erase like eraser will erase that
Yeah.
will bring you grounded. And then if you start with that, three breath, three gratitude, and then what I'm looking for today, and intention, what my intention today going to be. Like I can choose to be mad, I can choose to be glad, I can choose to be sad, or I just choose intentionally good that what I would like to do. You can say, okay, three things that I want to accomplishment today. Don't have to be a lot of things that you overwhelming. Just know three things what I intention to do, and I will do my best today. Even the end of the day, oh, you didn't achieving that. You just don't have to be hard to yourself. Okay, the day is done, it's passed already, and then it's okay. Well, tomorrow is the next day, right? You can have that reset. I guess the mainly is a reset every day, and
Mhm.
then to get up, to get yourself get up in the morning with a good energy. It just pretty much to do those three things. Uh, three grateful thing, three breaths, and three intentional that you want to do today, and then count to three and get out of your bed. Don't look at your email, don't look at your social media, don't do anything, and just go in and have that time for yourself. For me, I like yoga, I like some swimming or exercising. I just like to have my alone time and that time, and then you just have that moment, an hour for yourself, and then you set the day for the
Yeah.
tension, and then go throughout the day. You just manage your time, right? I have time to hang out with my local friend, local mom. We get together sometime in the morning. We said, oh, well, let's get together before the kid wake up. Right? Usually 6 a.m. that workout time, right? 6 to 7, and then during the day I'm just working. In the evening I just go hang out with my kid. Either take them biking, boating, or paddleboard. I just go and do it. I guess it's what I always, I think that what probably is challenging for people is I think let's go back one time that I worked in a farm with my mom and dad. We pull out the weed in a tapioca farm. The farm is like a 30 acre, and they pull the weed by hand. And it's all the kids, I have to help them to pull the big weed, and I just laying down on the dirt. The dirt is so hot. Look up, the sun is so hot. I just want to play. I don't want to work. And then I just look at my mom and dad like, wow, they are working so hard, it's so sweat. And then I said, if I'm just laying down here, it's not going to help, not going to become faster and anything. And then I just tell myself, just get up and don't think anything, just go and do it. Just get up. And though it is still that when I have challenging time to get up in the morning, I always go back. I just get up and do it and just get going.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
because it can be those moments where you overthink and then you start that cycle of overthinking or just pausing or procrastinating. So
Yeah.
I love that experience pulls you into that of like
Yeah.
today and getting it done and doing what you need to do.
Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just get up and do it. Don't think anything else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love it. I appreciate you sharing your morning routine because that is such a precious time, but it's also often a time that gets hijacked by everything
Yeah.
that is demanded of us. Like, and especially if you're on your phone, you don't even control your thoughts at that time. Somebody else is
Yeah.
at that moment. So I love that you have that routine and shared it because that can be something that someone can anchor into and really transform the trajectory of their life. So I love that. One thing I would love to go into because I find that so many women that listen to this will treat themselves to say a spa day and they go to the spa day and then they end up laying there thinking of all the things that they need to do
Yeah.
or they're just in a headspace that's not actually allowing them to relax and enjoy the
Yeah.
experience. Do you mind speaking on that? Like how do you release some of those thoughts so that you can actually enjoy the time that you have and have given yourself?
Yes, a lot of people do that. Is you didn't do often enough.
Hmm.
That's why you just need to do often enough, become part of your routine, like become like your gym routine, brushing your teeth routine. It's just weekly massage is part of your routine. It's time I'm coming here. It's my routine that I truly connect to myself because it's so many people nowadays because with the phone and things like we just so disconnect farther and farther to ourselves, and then that's why we just our head just keep spinning. Even you laying there, your mind just spinning in different direction. Is the disconnection of ourselves is so important for us to reconnect to ourselves, to get there. And then if you do a routine, exactly, oh, I come here to reconnect to myself. It's my routine. I'm just let go of my thought, let go everything out. I'm just have this moment for me that I can become a better version of myself. That actually I'm a responsible. You actually become responsible for yourself, to care for yourself, that to become a better person, to become that we can be what do you call more effectively to the community, to the people around us.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. And again, we go back to that identity. If you identify as someone who takes care of yourself, you're more likely
Yeah.
to do it more often. It becomes your
Yeah.
routine, and then
Yeah.
it all
Yeah.
spirals up from there, where
Yeah.
you have a more centered space to then approach life from. So
Yeah.
I love that. And then one thing I would love to, if you mind, just speak on like some body work or like massages. Like, can you talk on beyond what we may think they are. What are some of the benefits of that, of doing that regularly and having somebody work on you?
Yeah, for us, when I grew up in my country, is wellness is part of our life, part of we live wellness. We, the wellness is not just only the physical, it's mind too. Like your thought, you only, like only filter, only have a good thought. When you have a good thought, you're speaking, whatever your thought is become your your talk, and when you talk become your action, when you become action become your identity, and then that become your destiny. And that start with your own thought first. And if you filter it out, it's okay, this try to be, I guess what we believe in is good karma. If you thinking good thing, you continue to correcting good karma. When you have good karma, and when you spoke, you only select only speaking something nice. And when you select something nice, and now the action become, you have a nice action, your action become your identity, and then become your destiny, and then that part of it. And then your harmony of your energy, the same thing. If your energy, you have to balance your energy. If you feel angry, it's because we believe in five elements, the wood, the fire, the earth, the water, and the wind. It's just the same thing in our body. We have five elements. If we're angry, now you have the fire inside you, and then just keep burning inside, and then it's only you that the one that suffer is you. But if someone says something like, oh, say something bad about you and things like that, and angry, and you angry back to them, but actually the one that suffers is you, like your inside. And then we're working on the energy, balancing your energy in your life. Is okay, you feel angry, just it's okay to feel angry. You just ignore it, because we are human being, we can't stop them. And only thing we can do is ignore it, accept, and let go. Okay, and how long I want to continue to be angry for, how long I want to burning inside myself, like next 5 minutes, should I continue to burning it the next 1 hour, or should I learn to let go now? I ignore it. The same thing with the fear and everything. It's the same. That balance your energy right after your thought. Your feeling is pretty much emotion. Like you manage your emotion, and then you manage your physical body. Your physical body. We family. We don't have money, but we still somehow we able to get massage, become part of routine, the herbal steam, the body scrub. We even do our own scrub, the herb, using herb and spice and things like that for yourself, for the skin. It just part of self-care. And then, of course, when you do that, now you're thinking of from now the inside as well. Now eating, we also, okay, what we selecting eating now, should eat more vegetable and some meat, some healthy, right? We eat healthy, you feel good, and then you balance your energy level, and that's how you become what you call feel better for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's there's so many things. Again, when we have that in our routine, it's so profound of
Yeah.
all the changes we can feel. And I find that it's like when you adjust one and you elevate yourself in one level, a lot
Yeah.
of other things also elevate because you start
Yes.
to shift
Yes.
your identity again into someone who
Yes.
takes care of themselves. So then
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
eating and exercising and doing all the things. And
Yeah.
so it's profound. It's just, I find making that one first step of like, this is the new action I'm going to take.
Yeah.
And oh, I'd love to know because you've clearly shifted in great ways and have
Yeah.
really transformed yourself throughout to get to where you are. Can you talk about the people you surround yourself with? Did you find that as you became a new version of yourself, did the people that you surround yourself with change, or what happened with that as far as your evolution? Because this could be a really challenging part too. When we evolve, sometimes
Yeah.
we don't connect with some of the people in our past as well.
I found myself, it's just even to go back, I left home when I was 13, I go to Bangkok when I'm 15, and just to go through life, it just in life, it's just nothing going to be a smooth road like a roses pavement. It's just that not possible. It's I think everyone life is just, you go up and down. You have a hard time and good time in differently and different people. And I go into a lot of hard time, I have a lot of self-doubt. And in one point before, it's just like, wow, it's, bad thing happen and good thing happen. It's just so many go on, and then move on, and then people around you that eventually, oh, now you become friend, and they're not friend anymore, and now you move on, you make a new group of friends. And then the end of the day, what I learned, it just doesn't matter the people surrounding you. Is number one is you have to care for yourself first. You priority yourself. After you actually care for yourself, you have the self, love yourself, and then you taking care of yourself. And then after that, you just easy for you to connect to other people, because just because you're not surrounded by people that how they make you feel, because it's how you feel from inside you, and then you can connect to different people around you. And
Mm.
then whatever your environment that you go in, if you change the environment where you are in life, and you're going to meet different people in life, right? People come in, people come out. It just, what I what I learned now is just in life is nothing actually stable, right? It things change all the time, and then including us, we change as well, and around us changing, and then we cannot get stuck to something, right? And we just have to go with the flow. And then people using this word a lot, going forward, just like that. Like, I mean, we have to care ourselves and go with the flow in a good flow. You know what I mean? Just to, care for yourself, go into the flow. One thing that I think is a good thing that what I use it for myself a lot is you have to appreciate your life that you have. Like some people think, oh, I know I have 15 year, 20 year, I'm going to live until this age, this old, and then how do you know that? Like, how do you know you're going to live for long? You never know. You might wake up tomorrow, and then tomorrow might not be there for you too, right? I always thinking, okay, what is today is my last day of my life. What can, what I would like to feel, what I want to enjoy, what can I do? Like I always, like I just living in today in intentionally. Doesn't mean you can have the goal. You can have the goal for, whatever the goal that you want to be. I think it's just to fine tune the balance that, okay, today is my my day that I don't know if I have a next day. I'm going to live today is my best day today. And then I just have that intention. Because when you think that way, you become more gratitude and become more thankful. And then that way, I think the gratitude is like eraser for any other stuff. Like sometimes when people feel ego, people mad or angry or sad or fear, I think because we forgot to be gratitude in life. And then if we bring the gratitude in and everything else just fade away, they're not important anymore, right?
Yeah, it's so powerful. And sometimes when you're in the thick of things, it's hard to be like, well, what do I have to be grateful for? Because I was there myself. I had so much to be grateful for and I couldn't see it, but it's like training a muscle. You start out like, what's the smallest thing you can be grateful
Yeah,
for? And then you start seeing more things that you have to be grateful for. And then you get to the point where like, how did I not see all this before?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's powerful. But yeah, it's just starting small and just seeing the smallest thing
yeah,
you can be grateful for. And then it really builds from there. And
yeah.
for someone who's listening who maybe has put their self-care on the back burner for a long time and they're listening to this and there's something that's like speaking to them
Yeah.
of like, okay, maybe this is the time, like this is
Yeah,
the now that I need to embrace
yeah,
that. What is
yeah.
something they could just start with that would feel like the easiest next step to start that path of actually honoring themselves?
Yeah, I think it start with the morning routine. Like a morning routine, just go back to, you can use my technique or find the technique that it work for you, whatever it work for yourself, and start with that. And then the next thing is just gratitude. After the gratitude is start booking your appointment. Book throughout the year. Just like if you want to go once a month, just book once a month. Whatever the first a month, the rest of the year, if you want to book once a week. If you can make it a certain week, you just cancel those weeks, but at least you put on the calendar. And that what I would think is will work in the Western world here. Because in my country, we just go and do it without no calendar, but we do so often. But in here, it's just, we have to find the balance that, okay, we need to put on a calendar that, it's self-care day, my time, my moment. And then just put that and then get going. And then just gratitude, I think, is bring gratitude into life more often, and I think that will help us to reset, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love just putting on the
Yeah.
calendar. Like once it's so funny, we will make appointments with other people and make sure that we're there, but
Yeah,
it's unless we have an appointment
make
with
appointment for
ourselves.
yourself.
Yes, exactly. It goes by the wayside. We often like
Yeah,
to say, well, I can just put that on the back burner and then we
yeah,
watch 5 years go by and it hasn't
yeah,
happened yet. So,
yeah,
I know I've definitely been there and I think so many people have, but hopefully this just sparks that
yeah,
little motivation to start prioritizing yourself
yeah.
and honoring that. And I'm curious, are there any I know you have the spas, are there any treatments or some things that maybe aren't as familiar to people that would be really great for someone who feels like they're always overgiving, always working, feel tense? What are some of
Yeah.
the things that you find to be most helpful?
I think it's to have time for yourself, even you don't think it, just have time, alone time. just for you, that hour, whatever. Even you don't, an hour is too long, even 5 minutes. You just have
Mhm.
5 minutes and just breathe and just think nothing. Just try to let go. Have that moment for yourself before you start your day and reset your day. And
Mhm.
that way will reduce your burnout, reduce that emptiness in life, just reduce that feeling that you have. And
Mhm.
just, I think that's start with that very simple basic. Yeah.
Yeah, love that. And for someone who is, this is really speaking to them, and they want to connect with you, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn, Nuttha Goutier, Nuttha, and last name is Goutier, or on that's my full name and last name is my website as well, .com, NutthaGoutier.com, or the Sabai Thai.com.
Amazing. I'll put everything in the show nuts. So definitely connect
Yeah.
with Nuttha. And thank you so much again for everything you shared today. I know that's going to plant that seed in someone who maybe hasn't taken care of themselves in a long time and is saying that this is the time they're going to start prioritizing themselves. So thank you for
Yes,
everything you shared.
yeah. Thank you. Investment in yourself is very important. I think the most valuable to investment in yourself because it's your longevity. If you imagine if you go and get weekly massage from now all the way to your end of life, how are you going to feel if you keep going every week for many years in a row? Your circulation better, your movement, your joy, you're going to feel better. And then not just only that, you live longer too, right? It's very important to take care of ourselves. Don't feel bad. You're not a bad thing to care for yourself. Thank
That's
you for
it.
having me.
Yeah, and you're so right that just to kind of put that on the other end, because we started out with the guilt of taking care of yourself, and I love that you're bookending it with don't feel guilty for taking care of yourself. That is just a limiting belief that holds you back from actually t honoring yourself. So
Yeah,
again, it's so important. I think if anyone can just start to integrate some of those and get the massage, take care of yourself, honor yourself, and even just the smallest ways, it makes such a
yeah.
difference. So
So
thank you so much again.
thank you for having me.